To my darling Mamma, as you begin your last great journey to join my dear late Papa.
As we reflect on Queen Elizabeth II's legacy, phrases like "an era defined" and "the continuity of Great Britain" resound in our minds. A lot can be said about her multi-decade reign, the longest of any British sovereign ever. But the Queen's final year, a year defined by an easing back of public duties and appearances, was mostly defined by more private moments and a quiet preparation for a future she would not be part of. From granting Prince Charles the confidence to reign by granting a new title to Camilla Parker-Bowles, putting them on a path to success, to carrying out her last duties as head of state by blessing the future Prime Minister whose tenure she would not live to experience. Here are details about Queen Elizabeth's final 12 months. This marked her sole year without Prince Philip. In February 2022, Queen Elizabeth II made a notable appearance at the Sandringham estate, marking Accession Day. What caught the attention of royal watchers was her choice of accessory, Prince Philip's old walking cane. It was a poignant reminder of her beloved husband's absence, serving as a symbol of the enduring connection they shared. Prince Philip had used the same walking cane in 2013 following a surgery, and it was among the many cherished mementos he left behind when he passed away in April 2021. His death marked the end of their remarkable 73-year marriage and a close partnership that had provided the Queen with immense comfort and support. As she celebrated the 70th anniversary of her accession to the throne, it was a bittersweet moment for Queen Elizabeth, who now faced these significant milestones alone. Following Prince Philip's funeral, Queen Elizabeth II's own health issues began to surface, leading many to speculate about the connection between grief and health. While she had always maintained a stoic and composed demeanor, it was evident that the loss of her husband had left a profound impact on her. Even though dwelling on the past was not a characteristic associated with her, the Queen couldn't help but miss Prince Philip. During her last Christmas broadcast in 2021, she dedicated her message to him and expressed empathy for those who had experienced loss during the holiday season. Throughout her Platinum Jubilee celebrations and other events, Queen Elizabeth continued to pay tribute to Prince Philip, emphasizing the enduring bond they shared. The Queen's poignant use of Prince Philip's walking cane and her heartfelt acknowledgments of his absence showcased the depth of their relationship and her enduring love for him. While facing the challenges of her final year as the reigning monarch, Queen Elizabeth II carried with her the memory of her beloved husband and the enduring legacy of their partnership. Her health took a significant downturn. Growing concerns about Queen Elizabeth II His health had been mounting since October 2021, when the public witnessed her using a walking stick during an event at Westminster Abbey. What made this particularly poignant was that she was relying on the very same cane she had used following a surgery back in 2004, and it marked the last time she had needed such assistance. Later in that same month, the Queen's well-being became the subject of attention as she was admitted to the hospital, ostensibly as a precautionary measure, before being promptly discharged to return home. While the hospitalization did not yield any alarming reports, it did force her to cancel a planned trip to Northern Ireland on the advice of her physicians. The situation took another turn in November when Queen Elizabeth encountered a back sprain, derailing her schedule once again. Unfortunately, this ailment led to her absence from the Remembrance Sunday service, a significant event dedicated to honoring war veterans. King Charles III, her successor, subsequently provided an update on her condition, assuring the public that she was on the path to recovery. In February 2022, the Queen faced another health challenge as she contracted COVID-19. Thankfully, her symptoms remained mild, but she had to take precautions by isolating herself and refraining from attending public events. By May, Buckingham Palace issued a health update, revealing that Queen Elizabeth was experiencing difficulties with her mobility causing her to miss certain parts of her Platinum Jubilee celebrations. These health issues persisted into the summer, with growing concerns from her medical team. On September 8, 2022, the situation took a somber turn when Queen Elizabeth II passed away. Her remarkable journey, marked by dedication to her royal duties and enduring love for her family and country, came to a close. She canceled a record number of royal events. Queen Elizabeth II, known for her remarkable dedication and unwavering commitment to her royal duties even into her 90s, began raising eyebrows as she started to cancel a series of events in her last year. Her busy schedule had been a testament to her enduring spirit, but a string of cancellations indicated a change in her health. The concerns first surfaced in October 2021, when she had to cancel a planned trip to Northern Ireland following a prior hospital stay. Later that month, she was notably absent from the UN Climate Summit held in Glasgow. Even her intention to attend the Festival of Remembrance in November had to be abandoned. The trend of absences continued into the spring when Queen Elizabeth tested positive for COVID-19 and had to isolate herself. This forced her to miss the Commonwealth service in mid-March, which was meant to mark her return to public duties. Although she managed to attend a memorial service for her late husband, Prince Philip, she had to withdraw from two significant royal Easter events, including the Royal Maundy service and the Sunday service at St. George's Chapel. One of the most notable and unprecedented absences was her non-attendance at the opening of Parliament, an event she had faithfully participated in for 6 decades. As the year progressed, the Queen had to scale down her appearances even further during her Platinum Jubilee events, which included a Thanksgiving service. The Queen's diminishing public appearances were underscored by her absence from the Braemar Highland Gathering, an event she had consistently attended throughout her lengthy reign. These cancellations and reduced participation marked a significant departure from her usual active schedule and were indicative of the health challenges she was facing. She was the main attraction at a memorial service for Prince Philip. In a poignant moment near the anniversary of Prince Philip's passing, the royal family gathered to honor his memory with a memorial service. There were initial concerns about Queen Elizabeth II's attendance due to her ongoing health issues, but she defied expectations and was present to pay her respects. To honor the late Duke of Edinburgh, she chose to wear Edinburgh green, a touching tribute to her beloved husband. The memorial service provided an opportunity for the public to pay their respects and offer the heartfelt farewell that Prince Philip had been deprived of during his funeral, which had been restricted due to pandemic measures. The ceremony was deeply moving, with Queen Elizabeth herself participating actively, including singing and even shedding tears. However, the event was marked by the prominent role played by Prince Andrew, which raised eyebrows and stirred controversy. Queen Elizabeth's decision to prominently include Prince Andrew in the ceremony was met with surprise and skepticism, given the recent lawsuit settlement involving Virginia Giuffre, who had accused Andrew of sexual assault. Despite differing opinions within the royal family, the Queen expressed her desire for Andrew's involvement, and her word ultimately prevailed. Notably, Prince Andrew had long been considered the Queen's favorite child, and royal expert Robert Jobson affirmed that the Queen had been adamant about his inclusion. This choice generated mixed reactions and added a layer of complexity to an already emotionally charged event. Another noticeable absence at the memorial service was that of Prince Harry. While he did not attend, he expressed his intention to visit the Queen in the near future. His absence was attributed to concerns about his lack of security protection. She carried on with her royal duties as usual. Despite her health challenges, Queen Elizabeth II remained active and engaged throughout her final year, demonstrating her unwavering commitment to her role as the reigning monarch. While some events had to be canceled or modified due to her health, the Queen continued to fulfill her duties and responsibilities, even adapting to virtual meetings when necessary. One notable instance occurred in November 2021 when the Queen sprained her back and was unable to attend the Remembrance Day service. Undeterred, she hosted Sir Nicholas Carter, who had recently concluded his tenure as Chief of the Defense Staff, to make up for her absence. Throughout the last 12 months of her reign, Queen Elizabeth II received numerous visitors and dignitaries, reinforcing her role as a global figurehead. For example, on February 15, 2022, she welcomed ambassadors from Estonia and Spain, fostering diplomatic relations with these nations. Just 2 days later, she engaged in virtual meetings with 2 additional ambassadors. In March, the Queen shared tea with Mary Simon, the Governor-General of Canada, further strengthening the bonds between the United Kingdom and its Commonwealth realms. Additionally, she continued a cherished tradition initiated by her grandfather, King George V, by awarding the Queen's Gold Medal for Poetry to the esteemed poet Grace Nichols. Her commitment to equestrian interests was evident as she attended the Royal Windsor Horse Show in May, showcasing her enduring passion for horses and equestrian events. Despite withdrawing from a few Platinum Jubilee events in June, the Queen did not miss the Trooping of the Colour pageant, watching it from her balcony as a testament to her enduring connection with British traditions. Furthermore, Queen Elizabeth II maintained her independence and love for driving, often seen navigating the roads around her Windsor residence, donning her signature headscarf and sunglasses. She revoked her son's military titles. Amidst the royal family's various challenges and controversies during Queen Elizabeth II's final months on the throne, one of the most somber and heart-wrenching narratives unfolded involving her favored son, Prince Andrew. The prince's association with sex traffickers Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, as well as allegations made by trafficking victim Virginia Giuffre that he had sexually assaulted her when she was a minor, had cast a dark shadow over his reputation. In 2019, Prince Andrew took the unprecedented step of withdrawing from his role as a working royal due to the mounting public scrutiny and legal investigations surrounding his connections to Epstein and Maxwell. The accusations against him were deeply troubling, and they threatened to engulf the royal family in a scandal of unprecedented proportions. The situation took another serious turn in January 2022, when it was announced that Prince Andrew would face a civil trial in the United States later in the year. This development further intensified the spotlight on his alleged misconduct. In response to these grave allegations and mounting public pressure, Queen Elizabeth II made a difficult but necessary decision. Prince Andrew was stripped of his military titles and the prestigious HRH, His Royal Highness, status. This decision was not made lightly and followed a petition from 152 members of the British military, who had urged the Queen to dishonorably discharge him and revoke his ranks and titles. It was a significant moment, signaling the royal family's commitment to accountability and distancing themselves from any association with wrongdoing. In March, Prince Andrew reached a financial settlement with Virginia Giuffre, ultimately leading to the dismissal of the case against him. This resolution spared the Queen from further embarrassment and brought an end to a painful chapter in her family's history. Previously, Prince Andrew had attempted to have the case dismissed based on a prior financial settlement he had reached with Giuffre in 2009, but this request was denied by the judge. The events surrounding Prince Andrew's legal battles and the accusations against him served as a stark reminder of the challenges and controversies faced by the royal family during Queen Elizabeth II's final months as monarch. While the Queen undoubtedly faced difficult decisions and heartache within her own family, her unwavering commitment to her duties remained a testament to her strength and resilience. She marked her final Jubilee. As Queen Elizabeth II approached the culmination of her remarkable reign, she ensured that her final Jubilee celebration would be nothing short of extraordinary. This milestone marked a historic achievement, as no other British monarch had ever reached 70 years on the throne. the Queen's enduring popularity, combined with the widespread awareness that this would likely be her last major Jubilee event. A staggering 16.75 million people across the United Kingdom enthusiastically participated in various Jubilee events, showcasing the profound affection and respect they held for their beloved monarch. Even Prince Harry, who had spent a considerable amount of time away from the UK, returned to join in the festivities and pay tribute to his grandmother. One of the highlights of this grand Jubilee was the outpouring of well wishes from foreign dignitaries and leaders from around the world. Notable figures like President Joe Biden and Pope Francis conveyed their warm regards to Queen Elizabeth II, underscoring the global significance of her reign and the respect she commanded on the international stage. While the Queen's presence at public events had become less frequent in her final years as monarch, it was understandable given her health and the challenges she had faced. For instance, she did not partake in the procession during the Jubilee pageant, where her image was symbolically represented by a hologram on the carriage. However, Queen Elizabeth II took the opportunity to express her profound gratitude and appreciation for her loyal subjects in a heartfelt letter. This message was shared by the royal family on Twitter. She got her successors ready. Queen Elizabeth II played a pivotal role in laying the groundwork for the transition of power to her son, King Charles, and her future daughter-in-law and queen consort, Camilla Parker-Bowles. The process of preparing Charles for his eventual role as monarch had been in motion since 2014, when the Queen and the then Prince Charles began making prominent joint appearances, notably during a D-Day anniversary event in Normandy. However, it was in the past year that Charles' position as the Queen's successor became even more prominent. One significant moment that underscored this transition was when Charles represented his mother at the opening of Parliament in May, an event that Queen Elizabeth had faithfully attended for 6 decades. This afforded Charles an opportunity to become increasingly accustomed to the routine royal duties that he would one day assume, and he delivered a speech on behalf of the Queen, symbolizing his growing role in the monarchy. Furthermore, Queen Elizabeth took a significant step in preparing her successors by officially naming Camilla Parker-Bowles as the future queen consort. This decision held great importance, as Charles believed that having an equal partner was essential for him to fulfill his royal duties effectively. This move not only acknowledged Camilla's significant role, but also resonated with the legacy of her late husband, Prince Philip, who had served as a vital support to the Queen throughout her reign. She aimed to mend the relationship between Harry, Meghan, and the royal family. It can be said that Queen Elizabeth II had a heartfelt wish during her final years. According to insights from royal historian Robert Hardman, the Queen had a strong desire to see Prince Harry and other family members reconcile their differences. She held a deep affection for Harry and often found herself caught in the midst of family disputes, trying to facilitate communication between him and the rest of the royal family. Royal expert Katie Nicholl revealed that the conflicts that led to Harry and Meghan Markle distancing themselves from Buckingham Palace weighed heavily on the Queen during her later years. She was particularly saddened by Harry's decision to step back from his royal duties and the emotional distance it created between her and her great-grandchildren, Archie and Lilibet. However, the constant discussions around these issues also wearied her, and she was eager to move forward. The rift between Harry and Meghan and Buckingham Palace initially began when they stepped down from their senior royal roles in January 2020, resulting in Prince Harry losing his military titles. Subsequently, matters appeared to escalate further. In his interview with Oprah Winfrey, Harry revealed financial disconnections from his father, King Charles III, and expressed feeling constrained by the constraints of royal life. She celebrated her 96th birthday. The Queen's birthday falls on April 21st, and this past year marked a significant milestone as she turned 96, solidifying her status as the longest reigning monarch in the United Kingdom's history. To put this into perspective, Queen Victoria, the second longest reigning monarch, lived to the age of 81. While her official birthday, celebrated with the grand trooping, the color parade, and festive events, is a grand affair, her actual birthday is observed in a more relaxed setting at her Sandringham estate in Norfolk, England. In honor of her 96th birthday, Buckingham Palace released a new photograph of the Queen, who was pictured between two of her ponies. Prince Harry mentioned on the Today Show that, after celebrating numerous birthdays, the Queen likely approached her 96th with a sense of nonchalance. Despite the relatively low-key nature of her actual birthday celebration, there is still an element of pageantry involved. Across London and on the Windsor estate, squadrons of cavalry pay tribute to the occasion. Hyde Park marks the day with a 41-gun salute, while the Tower of London witnesses a 62-gun salute. Additionally, at Windsor, a 21-gun salute is fired to commemorate the Queen's birthday. She appointed a new Prime Minister, but the ceremony took place in Scotland. Queen Elizabeth II had the distinct honor of appointing 15 Prime Ministers throughout her lifetime, with the first being the iconic Winston Churchill and the most recent being Liz Truss. However, the latest transition of power saw a departure from tradition, primarily due to the Queen's health issues, which had limited her ability to attend public events in the past year. As a result, a significant deviation occurred in the customary ceremony. Traditionally, the process of changing prime ministers commences with the outgoing leader visiting Buckingham Palace to formally tender their resignation. Following this, they depart in a ceremonious motorcade, marking the end of their tenure. Subsequently, the incoming prime minister arrives at the palace and is granted permission by the Queen to form a government in a ritual known as kissing hands. This term harkens back to a bygone era when the incoming politician was expected to kiss the monarch's hands as a symbol of their allegiance. However, in an unprecedented turn of events, this entire ceremony unfolded at Balmoral Castle in Scotland, where the Queen was staying at the time. This marked a departure from her customary practice of conducting such ceremonies at Buckingham Palace. The unique circumstances surrounding the appointment of the new Prime Minister not only added an unusual chapter to her reign, but also provided the world with the last public image of the Queen, as she extended her hand to greet the incoming leader, Liz Truss. She passed away peacefully, surrounded by her family. The fateful day of September 8th, 2022, unfolded with a sense of foreboding that was palpable across the globe. News broadcasts worldwide stood at the ready, bracing for the impending news as Buckingham Palace made a solemn announcement at 12:30 p.m. The announcement conveyed the deep concerns of the Queen's medical team about her health, setting in motion a somber and anxious atmosphere. In the United Kingdom, politicians and citizens alike began expressing heartfelt well wishes for the royal family, fully aware of the gravity of the situation. The royal family members were hastily summoned to Balmoral Castle, where Queen Elizabeth II was in residence at the time. The hours between 1 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. bore witness to an intimate gathering of her closest family members. Among those present was Princess Anne, who later paid a touching tribute to her mother on Instagram. She revealed that she had spent the Queen's last day in her company and expressed her unwavering support for her brother's upcoming royal responsibilities. As the day wore on, King Charles, Prince William, and Prince Harry also made their way to the Queen's estate to be with her in her final moments. At 6:30 p.m., Buckingham Palace made the heart-wrenching announcement that Queen Elizabeth II had passed away peacefully. The news reverberated through living rooms around the world, leaving a collective sense of mourning and reflection. Within just 10 minutes, an official announcement was placed on the gates of the palace, taking many by surprise, especially those who had arrived at the palace in the wake of the earlier health concerns that had been disclosed. In the wake of the Queen's passing, tributes poured in from leaders of nations worldwide, underscoring the profound impact of her reign on the global stage. Leaders, ranging from Emmanuel Macron to Vladimir Putin, conveyed their condolences and acknowledged the significance of the Queen's legacy. The world had lost a figurehead who had been a constant presence throughout their lives, leaving a void that would be deeply felt. Her legacy is one that will continue to shape the British monarchy and resonate across the world. As we remember the final chapter of this extraordinary reign, we invite you to share your thoughts on the profound impact of Queen Elizabeth II's life and reign. What are your fondest memories of her reign, and how do you believe she will be remembered in the annals of history? Stay connected with us for more captivating insights into the life and times of remarkable figures like Queen Elizabeth II. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to show your support. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.